what is it? You roll 4d6. All right, hold on. Since we're streaming again, this is going to be like a whole separate episode from the other one.
Okay.
You
I imagine.
Okay, go ahead. You tell me.
Well, first of all, don't you need to like make me a character sheet? I'll plop the stuff in
So
as we're going.
all I'm going to do is give you 4 stat. We're going to roll your ability stats, and then you just go wild.
Okay.
So we're going to do what I think is called the Matt Colville way of generating ability stats, which is roll 4d6 minus the lowest one, and we're going to find out what your character is.
Okay, so the first one would be for strength, right?
The first one would be for strength, so you roll 4d4 minus the lowest.
You need 46.
Yeah, 4d6 minus the lowest.
See if this works. Strength minus the lowest would be 3, so 15.
You have 15 strength. And then the next will be dexterity.
Dex.
This is looking good for a strength character.
4d6. So 13.
13 dexterity. That's not bad. This is looking like a really good melee character so far. Constitution will be next.
Oh!
That's a 7. That's a 7 Constitution.
It is 7. Okay, then what's next?
Next is Intelligence.
Intelligence, oh god.
And you get a chance to re-roll at least one of these stats, right?
You do not. This is it.
This is it.
46. Intelligence. She is a 14.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wisdom will be next.
Wisdom. Oh,
That's a 9. That's a painful one.
wisdom is 9. And charisma last.
Charisma last. We'll see if this is like the worst one or maybe the best one. Okay, so a 10. That's average.
Okay, so I need to find something that fits strong, relatively dexterous, no constitution, okay intelligence, and shit wisdom, and like average charisma.
Like a fighter?
You can't be a fighter with 8 constitution.
Yeah.
It's 7 constitution.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess if you want to get your ass handed to you every encounter,
maybe be like a fighter that uses a crossbow.
Let's see. Let's look up what has.
Okay.
How do you role play low constitution?
What I need to do is let you talk on this. Brainstorm on this for a second because I really got to piss. So I'll be right back.
I actually have to really bad too, so I will think while I think.
Sorry, Twitch.
So I was thinking that maybe I could, my Dragon Man become some kind of portal to the ghost realm, like Danny Phantom, and let him get possessed by an elderly, like cavalier kind of character, like a knight or something. Because I got this really good old knight voice that I've been trying out in the car, and I really kind of like talking with it. But I just don't know if I could commit to actually doing that all the time without just feeling silly. I just don't know.
Okay. Does anyone know if clerics do their spells by wisdom or constitution?
Wisdom.
No, that's not good. I need something that's...
You gonna just break open Charactermancer and run from there?
Yeah, roll something different.
So
That's-
like, I'm gonna create a new character in Charactermancer, and I'm gonna give you access to it, and I will move it into the new NPCs folder. If it'll let me do that. Okay, well, it's going to be at the top. It'll be above new NPCs, and I'll move it there whenever I figure out how. Its current name is Iguzo's Mobile.
Okay.
So I'm going to crack it open. I'm going to use Charactermancer, and you should be able to open the character sheet and start picking things. And we will live stream this whole shit. It'll be great. We'll call it the making of Smoking Balarion's replacement.
How do I click that? Choose a race. I don't know what race I want to be now.
What calls to you?
What the fuck is a tabaxi?
It's a cat person.
Ooh, I want to be a cat person.
All right.
Meow.
I don't know. I mean, that would help my charisma and my dexterity. Oh, it's been a while since I played an Aasimar.
I don't know what an Aasimar is.
It's the opposite of a tiefling.
Oh, it's like a celestial. It's like
Yeah.
a divine tiefling. And I know a Kenku is a bird person.
Yeah. Kinku might be.
A Triton is a fish person. And a Yuan-Ti is a snake person.
Fish person would add a little bit to my constitution to help me out a little. Strength and charisma.
What do you think would be fun to play as? Like, don't think of it as like a stat thing. Because
No, I'm only clicking on things that seem fun, but
Okay.
also might be.
Like, I am sure that we can roll anything and it'll be functional.
Right now, I'm between a Yuan-Ti and a Kinku.
And a Kenku. Oh, I would love to see a bird person. Like, I know Yuan-Ti are supposed to be like evil,
They are very evil.
but a Kenku could be like a.
Yeah, let's do a Kinku.
What kind of kinku?
No, I don't know much about them yet.
What
You
does
could
it
be a
say?
cardinal or a blue jay or a raven.
Oh, I want to be a cardinal. I love cardinals.
They're kind of aggressive. That would play into your
Yeah.
fighting class.
We'll be a cardinal.
So what is your alignment? Like what you know about what you think you know about bird people and what you know about your stats. What would be a fun alignment to play? Like, do you want to be some like super hyper lawful good where you're like the law is the law, that's it? Or you want to like you want to walk that line, or you want to be like, you know what, fuck everyone else, fuck them right in the ear.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm reading about Kinku to see what kind of fits too.
The king answers.
Kinku have no ability to invent new things or create new ideas. They copy existing items with exceptional skill.
It
Kenku.
says the Kenku adventurers are usually survivors of a flock that survived a heavy loss, or a rare Kenku has grown weary of a life of crime.
Ooh.
They are a race haunted by an ancient crime that robbed them of. They have a sinister reputation that is not wholly unearned, but can prove to be valuable allies.
God, they give you +2 dex? You could be some fucking crazy rogue. You'd be like 16 dex, right?
I was kind of hoping to get away from a like sneaky characters, seeing as I played a thief and then a ranger. But I mean, that is what I play the best. They're all chaotic, which I was planning on being chaotic anyway. Be chaotic neutral. I do what is good for me.
I can't wait for you to roleplay this bird person that's like, for me? For me?
For me.
For me?
Shiny, shiny, shiny.
Do you speak to the turkeys? What is...
Yes.
So for languages, they can read and write Common and Aryan.
What is
Or
Aran? Is
Aran.
that bird?
Bird language, I guess.
You could
But
totally fucking talk to the turkeys!
But you can speak only by using mimicry. That's also one of their racial traits, is that to ensure that the Kinku could never divulge any secrets, their master took their voices away. So you have, as a Kinku trait, mimicry. You can mimic sounds that you have heard, including voices. A creature that hears the sounds you make can tell they are imitations with a successful wisdom check opposed by your charisma check. Interesting.
So I can only essentially repeat words that I've heard said before.
Yeah.
This could be fun. Like, I can't think of anything new I've never seen before. I'm not creative,
I think
but
I think the party would adventuring would introduce you to these new things that you've like never seen before.
yeah.
And if you found like the right party, it would be like incredibly eye-opening of like the nuances or the gray in the world.
We also have to figure out how to introduce this new person to the party.
That's an interesting problem. Like the party knows enough NPCs where you could be introduced as, "Hey, this is I'm Gundren. This is my friend, the crazy bird.
His name's Kinku.
Knows bird stuff." If you can think of a cool way to introduce your character, we'll play it up. But
I am kind of leaning on the like shiny.
like
I get
is this like the exact opposite of Grep, who wants no shiny, but you're like, give me that fucking shiny.
yeah, shiny. I don't even care if it's like actually expensive or not. Shiny.
You could be watching the party and someone's wallet breaks or something, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, I gotta get that."
And this would, let's see, wait, which was low? Was it intelligence or wisdom? Oh, my wisdom's low, my intelligence is.
You could have so with the low, your intelligence was low.
No, my intelligence is pretty high, but that kind of makes sense because I wouldn't know other things. I don't know history. I don't know arcana and things like that, but I know, like, I can mimic things really well, and I pick up quickly when I learn things. So
that's the exact opposite, because you do know history and arcana, but you don't know shit about the way of the world with wisdom. Because your wisdom's really low, right?
Yeah, my wisdom's low.
So you do know history and arcana.
Through intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wisdom is more like, okay, you know a bunch of stuff, but do you have the wisdom to be able to make use of it?
Like wisdom is perception and something else, religion and medicine.
I can still make it work. Like, I can't create new things, so it's all just running off of what I knew.
Right, like you know a lot about what you know about, but you don't pick up on new things.
Yeah, that works.
So, did you pick your skill proficiencies?
Not yet. Acrobatics, deception. Let's go with deception. That seems like it'd be helpful. Stealth or sleight of hand. We're gonna go with sleight of hand.
So
Forgery.
you're a loud bird. You're like, fuck stealth. Shinies.
Yes. Shiny?
Now, so the whole language thing is interesting too, because you can perfectly reproduce any sound that you've. And it says most Kenku use a combination of overheard phrases and sound effects. So you can't ever create something new, but you could string together a bunch of words that you've heard in different like voices and make it into sentences. So you can still talk normally.
Yeah.
But you're going to say all these words in different. Every single word's going to be in a different voice, right?
Yep.
That's the kind of role play I should expect.
I think you should.
Hard mode.
I think that she should change accents for whoever she's talking to. Like, if you do an accent, I have to mimic that exact accent.
Okay, I like it. Guess how many times you're gonna run into that the hobo with the rocks?
Oh Lord! I'll just try. Like, if they're shiny, I'll try and catch the rocks. If they're not shiny, I don't give a fuck about rocks.
That's fair. So, you've picked your proficiencies. I don't know if like you've clicked next or not, or if I can even see.
No, I haven't. Hold on. I clicked my proficiencies. I was reading some of this stuff though. Next. So, class. Choose a class.
This is the tough one.
Yeah, it is.
So you have, while you have access to classes, you also have access to a lot more subclasses and stuff than you did before. So
it's like this is such a weird split of things. It's kind of hard to know what I should go with like a low constitution.
It's definitely a weird stat array.
So another thought that just occurred to me with your bird woman, you could have followed around a different type of character for so long that you've basically picked up like a lot of the different
what they are.
Yeah, you've like imprinted on something else. So you've got a giant wide range of things that they've said in the past that you can draw from. Just a thought.
Would it be a person, or would it be like you, like this character made it to level 8?
To metagame just a little bit, what is something that we do or not need?
I will not answer this question. I don't think you should choose this way.
Something what?
It's something to think about. Like, what is a type of character that we do or do not need? Like, are we good on magic users? Are we good on tanky types?
You've got a bunch. You've got a bunch of tanky. You've got 2 tanky types. You've got 2 healers. You've got at least 1 nuker. You've got whatever Silmorn is.
What the fuck is a nuker?
Kind of like a Swiss Army knife.
Like, who's the second tanky type?
You've got Tila and Numerages. Tila is a tanky type just because of her fucking curse.
Well, that's only true until we start running into silvered or magical weapons, which should have been 2 or 3 levels ago.
Should have been, could have been, wasn't.
With the strength, I am kind of apt to go towards a more thing. The problem is that with what I have, it kind of lends towards more of like a religious, like a paladin maybe. But I don't know how to make that fit with a chaotic neutral.
I mean, like there's more than one type of paladin. Like, have you clicked on paladin? I'm curious what kind of subclasses are available now. Or you may not pick subclass until like way later. You probably pick it at like 3 or something, right?
What am I? Yeah, I'm rolling it for 1 right.
So, I mean, you're going to be level 8. So when with Charactermancer, you build it out at level 1, and then you increment it up each level.
Yeah, I don't know what sort of. I mean, I can Google and see what sort of subclasses Paladin
you
has.
have Sacred oaths and breaking an oath. You have Oath of Devotion, Oath of Ancients, Oath of Vengeance, Oath of Conquest, and Oath of Redemption.
Redemption's pretty sweet.
So, like, what?
I just don't know how to make a paladin fit with what we have so far as like a character.
And also keep in mind that Paladin is a charisma class.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think this fits really well.
What about a Druid? Is that a thing? What is their stat?
Wisdom.
Which I'm low in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm average. Or no, I've got.
What are your stats, D?
Weird. I've got a 15 in strength, a 13 in dex, a 7 in con, 14 in intelligence, a 9 in wisdom, and a 10 in charisma. They're honestly pretty low overall.
Yeah, that's really low.
Like, I don't have anything I'm, like, high on.
Well, so
15 is like the high you would get from a stat array.
with that low
Point by, you can do 18.
with that low constitution, it seems like a rogue would be a good choice. I mean, it's not like you're min-maxing the character. You're not trying to get like the max dexterity. So your dexterity is passable, and the strength would give you some damage bonus, right?
Yeah. And rogue fits. It's just one of those, like, God damn it, another one.
Like, if you don't want to be a rogue, don't be one. Be like, you could be, what was your high stat? You could be like a fighter that acts like a rogue, or like you have high strength and high dex. You could be a fighter that acts like a ranger, or a rogue that acts like a ranger, or like you could be a lot of different weird things. Like, you could be a wizard if you wanted to with that int, right? You were like, what's your intellect, like 14?
Yeah.
Or with some creative like DMing, you could have some reason that your constitution is super low, like if you had been diseased or critically injured at some point and lost an organ. You know how it is.
It's been a while since I played a fighter. Go with the fighter.
Like, I think it would be super interesting to take your backstory and then use it to explain why you have such low con. Like,
Also, I was trying to figure out what we've had so far, what makes sense. But I think fighter could make sense for this, like, especially being a Lone Ranger type bird person.
there's a lot of different fighter types. Let me see. Fighting styles, blah, blah, blah. Martial archetypes. That's what I want to see. You got...
Wisdom is 9 and charisma.
Have you... Xanathar's Guide to Everything gives us 3 more different types of fighters.
We'll just go ahead with fighter on level 1. Let's see. Skill proficiency.
There's also a couple of UA ones that are really interesting.
With insight as a skill. She's got to figure shit out quick. And
Like, she reads her opponents really quickly.
yeah. Perception. Fighting style, we're gonna go with defense, maybe?
You gonna be super tanky? You're gonna be super tanky with that low con?
Well, I will raise the con as she levels up.
You will raise the con as quickly as possible.
As a Kinku, you also have expert.
Custom. How do I... Okay, here we go.
Which one are you doing?
Strength. I click custom so I can just type in.
Okay, I'm swapping. Oh yeah, custom. I have to exit and reopen your character sheet to see it.
7. Jesus.
God,
It's so low.
that's such a fun con mod.
Is that a -2?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wisdom. Wisdom 9.
2 hit points per level.
Charisma. This seems like this was a terrible idea.
It's gonna be great. I promise. Like, you have a 15 strength and a 15 dexterity with your Kenku shit. And then when you level up to 8, you're gonna gain like what, 2 stat points every other level or something?
It seems like Outlander is a good idea for. You grew up in the wilds, far from civilization. You witnessed the migration of herds larger than forests. Yeah,
You were part of the migration of herds.
yeah, I was. Total proficiencies. What instrument would I like to play? What the fuck is a shawm?
What is a shalm? Is it like a...
I'm gonna go with drum because I can like peck it out.
You peck your drum.
Language.
It is a conical board, double reed, woodwind instrument made. That doesn't really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a beak can't play that.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense. Maybe the drum is the only thing you can play.
It is a predecessor to the oboe.
Language. Geez, let's go with Elvish, just because she seems like she'd meet a lot of elves being in the woods. Origin. Exile or out? Or tribal nomad?
No, get down.
Exile or outcast, maybe? Or tribal nomad. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, this was a tribal nomad. Seems like a good one. Personality trait.
You can roll random for every single one of them.
Oh,
I
there
dare
we go.
you. I dare you to
Okay,
roll
fine.
random.
I was, in fact, raised by wolves. I placed no stock in... No, we have to re-roll that one. I'm always picking things up. Absent fiddling with them and sometimes accidentally breaking them. That fits.
I like it.
Life is like seasons and constant change. We must change with it. That works. My family, clan, or tribe is the most important thing in my...
So they were the most important thing, and then they were like massacred.
Well, violence is my answer.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's a flaw.
That worked out surprisingly well.
I love it. This is the best.
What equipment? Class equipment. Let's see.
Ooh, we get to pick the armor and the weapons.
We go with chainmail.
It's like the heaviest fucking armor possible, please.
What sword do I want to use? I want to use a sword shield. I feel like I need as much protection as possible right now.
Buff up that AC. Go
So
sword.
Danielle, to
Yeah.
metagame a little bit, the damage potential from a one-handed and a two-handed are pretty similar. 4 feats. It's Great Weapon Master that really makes a two-hander hit hard.
Okay. Is lance one or two-handed?
You do not want a lance.
Okay.
I think you should get a trident. That sounds fun. You hunt fish people with it,
No.
What do you-
as a bird does.
Birds hate fish. They just hate them.
Exactly. That's why they hunt them.
Racial enemy.
Or a whip. That'd be fun. Indiana bird.
But I'm gonna be a melee character.
You can
It's thinking
melee
like
with
battle
anything.
axe. You can battle axe with a
It's like a one-handed battle axe or a two-handed battle axe, or is it only one-handed?
one hand.
There's got to be a versatile axe.
I think you should get the net.
No, I'm not getting the net.
I really am embracing this you hunting fish with a net and a trident.
I have a beak. I can pick up fish.
Yeah,
Arcana.
you're
Arcana is a mystery to you.
Battle axes are versatile. They're one-hander, two-hander.
They are.
Oh, battle axes? Okay. I went with battle axe. Because that seemed like it made sense.
What archetype are you going to be?
I need a name.
The bird.
No, not
So-
the bird.
Can
The
you-
word.
How about Harvey?
The,
Harvey
the
Birdman.
5e The 5e page that I linked was saying that they
I like
typically will assemble just random noises for their names.
do we need to get a list of of 100 random noises and roll 5 dice?
No, I came up with a name.
Oh, what is it?
Crackaw!
Crackaw. I love it.
Ricky Tikki,
Crackaw!
Ricky Tikki Tavi.
So are you going to be offended when characters call you Cracker?
No.
So
Oh,
Kinku thugs, warriors, and toughs adopt noises made by weapons such as clang of a mace, the sound of a bone breaking. Non-Kinku refer to the Kinku by describing this noise. Examples include smasher, clanger, slicer, and basher.
So yes, she's
I
going
like
to be
it.
called Cracker. Cracker.
Crackhawker. Crackhob.
I don't have hair. Why is it asking about hair?
It's just like a default thing. It's not used to you. Like, that's where you put the color of your feathers. Or you could just like write feathers in there instead of hair color.
Yeah, I put red since she's
A
sort of
cardinal.
a cardinal.
I love that.
A giant ass cardinal. Okay. Boom. Character made.
You
Now,
wanna-
how do I level up?
Okay, so you go to your click on your character sheet, click edit. And don't do that because I'm an idiot. Go to character sheet and click edit, and then once that's open, on the far right, you should see
Launch level plus character? Mancer?
yes.
No, that's not it.
No, that's it.
It's
Launch level plus character mancer.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Next. Levels. So I should be. What level are we now?
We're level 8.
Okay.
Level 8, you've you have avoided leveling up this whole encounter. There was no combat. So, no levels.
Okay. So now I get to pick a martial archetype. Hold on. I need another beer for this. Give me a second.
I like the oh, Clay, you linked us some Monster Hunter. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and we're also level 9.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
I've been playing at level 4 this whole time.
That explains so much.
Damn, we leveled up. I've been level
So,
1 the whole.
You need to level your character up and dump every single point you get into int, so that your character is more aware of what the fuck is going on.
So he's less. What? What happened?
He should be more concerned about this dwarf thing that happens to him occasionally, where he loses
they-
control of himself.
Or the cursed hammer. All the different things that
Hammer.
happen.
I mean, he's probably got a lot of things going on that he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, his brain is so small, and there's not enough juice in it to
There's not
really
enough
do much of
brain to go
anything.
around in that brain. Or in that
It's
head.
barely keeping the body functioning at this point.
Well, that makes sense, right? He was trained for a very specific task, and that is combat with minor healing to defend his dragon horde.
Pretty much. They considered going with golems, but then at the last minute decided, well, maybe they could think for themselves a little bit. So they.
He was the big dragon in charge. Was like, I need them to think a little on their own, but just
a little bit.
just a little bit, not enough to like be wordy or but enough to be like to make a good tactical decision in combat.
Yeah, no uppity dragon men, just some,
Exactly. No uppity dragon men.
So when they were making the dragon men in a big giant clay pot that they keep for making golems, they just toss some like brain matter in. It's like, yeah, that'll work.
It's like this.
Just a dash.
It's like, is that enough? I guess we'll find out.
Oh. It's a good origin, the creation story for Dragon Man. A clay pot.
So there's this thing in a different game that I'm trying to convert to our game to like kind of improve or to modify how the magic shop works that y'all ran into.
Okay.
So in Monster of the Week, there's this thing where at the end of each session or at the end of each story arc, the characters answer a list of questions where they're like, did you successfully complete the quest? Did you learn anything about the world? Did you save anyone? And like as you answer those questions, you gain XP based off of it. But I kind of want to like change that for our game where the more things you answer correctly or the more questions that are answered, the more likelihood magic items will appear in the shop. Or at least like increase the number. But go ahead, D. What you got?
I think do something deterministic because this random wait for what you want to show up bullshit is really trying.
Well, my goal is to increase the number of things so that you can have more things at the shop. Like, I don't know how the shopkeeper is going to know exactly what you want, and I recall telling him, or him telling you, hey, if you want something, tell me, and I'll go find it.
I've already told you, like, I gave you the list of things I've wanted, and one of them show up.
Well,
but it was 25,000 gold, so.
I don't think it was 25,000. I think it was 25. I think it was 2,000.
Well, either way, I think the party combined had like 1,500 at that point.
2,000, 25,000.
That doesn't sound
But
right.
no, I thought it was 25 grand.
Yeah, I set a hard cap on the cost of the items that could appear at 2,000. And I did that by I queried the party for what the amount of money they had was, or what the amount of money that y'all had was, and based on the responses, I set what I thought would be any number of magic items that are up to this cost, and the cost was like, I think, the average of two of y'all combined. So you have like an option of you have wiggle room if you needed to. Or if you'd like to strike a deal or something.
Trying to decide my subclass.
Do cavalry.
What's cavalry? Cavalier?
Yes, that one. Ride a horse into battle.
Not the same thing.
Is it not?
No. Champion might be fun.
Which one? Champions. That was the one I was going to go with Brogar.
Oh, champion.
Like, I don't think it's supposed to be like I've read that if you crunch the numbers, it's not better, but it is so much easier to roll for because you're like, okay, I need to roll a 19 or a 20, and I'm gonna crit.
Yeah, that's what Grep was, and I will warn you, I wound up finding him exceedingly boring. There was just no choices in combat at all. Like, he was one trick, and that was it.
I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for combat to be an easy thing for you, then maybe it's a good idea. If you want to do like more tactical things during combat, maybe not. But if you want to focus on the role play aspects of this crazy bird person and like slack on the combat stuff, that's up to you.
I tend to get a little bored during actual combat.
So is more options a better thing or less?
Probably less for me.
Look at Brute before you go with Champion, too.
It's not listed for some reason under archetypes.
GUA. I put a link in a Discord.
Yeah, she's got a... Well, so it's UA, but you've got a lot of other options? Let me... How do I print screen? She's got Arcane Archer, Battle Master, Cavalier, Champion, Eldritch Knight, Samurai, Arcane Archer, Battle Master's listed twice. Bone Armor listed twice. That's not good. So,
What does Eldritch Knight do?
It's a half-ass wizard hybrid.
Yeah.
So would that give her the ability to offset her critically low constitution?
Not with her also critically low intelligence.
Yeah, I don't think she should be a spellcaster.
well, I wouldn't say her intelligence is critically low.
14. I thought it was 10.
No, it's 14. So, like,
Wisdom is 9. That's
you know what you could do? You could pick up Eldritch Knight and use that int to get you like that bonus action to buff your AC.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking.
What is it, like magic shield or something? Magic armor?
Shield, magic armor, yeah, whatever it's called.
Magic armor won't stack with, like, not magic armor. But shield, I think, is an option.
But I think you are specifically tied to wizard spells, so that
Yes.
may not be available to you.
And only certain classes of wizard spell, if I recall.
they can only do abjuration and evocations.
I do not know what shield is.
Let's see. You learn 2 cantrips of your choice from the wizard list.
So shield is an abjuration spell. And it gives you +5 AC.
For 1 round, for one of your spell slots,
Oh,
though.
that's
And as an EK.
That's not great. 1 round of combat's like nothing.
Yeah.
You need Shield of Faith. But I don't think you can get it. But like
You're also a half caster, so you get spells at like the same rate a paladin does, which isn't great if you need them to survive.
I feel like Champion would excel if you had a 2-handed weapon. And I have no idea what Cavalier does.
Champion's awesome with a half orc using a great axe.
When I was going to do Champion, I was a half orc with a great sword, and I was like itching to get to level 3.
Let's look up what Cavalier actually is.
Your mastery as a rider becomes apparent. You have advantage to avoid saving throws made to avoid falling off your mount.
I just don't see a bird riding a horse.
I would love to. Maybe not a horse. Maybe like a cat.
A cat? A bird riding a cat? That makes sense.
A lion.
That'd be sick.
Or like
Tiger?
a tiger. You know
Oh,
what?
Winter
How about,
Winter Saber.
how about a dolphin?
What? Why do you want to make her a fish bird person?
I really want her to be a seagull.
No, let her ride a basilisk, so she's got like stone gaze and all sorts of shit. That'd be fucking sick.
I know a lot of people like Battle Master because it gives you all those superiority dice things, but I don't know how to deal with that shit.
Yeah, it's super the opposite of Champion too. It's probably the most complex one to play.
Cavalier just does not make sense for my character.
I'm excited to see you ride this dolphin.
I'm just gonna go with champion. Like, it may be the most boring one, but
I expect more roleplay than combat out of this bird monster.
oh nope, I don't want a multi-class. Go away.
Yes, multi-class.
No.
You could multi-class into wizard. Oh, you could multi-class in a rogue and get like sneak attack?
Ability scores. You can increase 2 of your ability scores by 1 or 1 of your ability scores by 2.
Oh, maybe that con mod.
Yeah.
Unless you want to like fully embrace how frail you are as a bird, because you're still going to be -1. But like, I think you gain +2 every other level or every other level, so you can like get it to decent in a couple of levels.
What we're gonna do is, because I only need 1 to make it -2 to a -1, I'll add 1 in Constitution and 1 in Strength, so that the Strength goes up to a 3.
That's how you do it. All right, well, you got to level up 7 or 8 more times.
Oh, wait, here we go. There's another one at level 6.
So you gain, what level are you now? 2 or 3?
Okay, I can get my Constitution up to a 10. And then... So now the big decision is, do I want to get my Strength up to a +, or do I want to improve anything else?
I think you should spend all your points on strength and forego your constitution. You don't need it.
But I will get my Strength up to an 18,
Like,
which is
as a flock of birds, do you think they are very sturdy, or are they just
she trains a
vicious?
lot. She is a
She's a
Ooh,
big
maybe that-
bird.
Badass bird bitch.
Like, just think how, like,
to do dexterity.
I gotta go to bed.
Bump it up to 1 or bump it up to
Oh.
+3.
Yeah, bump
night.
that up to +3. Night.
It's midnight and I have to be up in 6 hours. Fuck my life.
You're the one that was like, let's do this tonight.
Well, I mean, here we are.
I'm up to midnight normally. Actually, I'm usually up till about 2 a.m. It takes a while to...
Let's speed this along a little quicker than that.
Okay. Got 1 point I can spend.
Like, you know what? I only need to know it's a bird fighter. And I'm about to pass out anyway. Should I just like leave it streaming all night?
I'm almost done.
They'll suspend your account if you do.
That's probably not a great idea then.
Okay, I'm all done.
Are you level 9?
No, I'm level 8.
Oh, you should be 9.
You told me 8.
I changed my mind.
I was done.
Life is hard as a bird. Krakow. I am very excited to see what your token is going to be.
Yeah. Now I have to look at all the shit that I have, but I'm done with everything now. I'm level 9.
You are level 9. I would really like to see what your health is. Oh, 58 is not a lot.
Especially for a tank. You did this to me.
I don't feel bad. Okay, so at some point later this week, I think at certain, like when you're creating a character at higher levels, which is not 9 is a higher level. I think you start out with magic items, like one uncommon and one rare or something.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that I'm losing all of that shit that I earned, but
Right, but I will need to figure out what that means.
I have a trophy from an animal just randomly in my pack.
Is it
Ouch.
is it another bird, or is it a dolphin?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Well, now that I know that you have 58 health and you will probably die upon one hit, we can go ahead and start planning your next character. All right, I'm going to bed.
All right. Night night.
Later. Bye bye, internet.